Hey everyone, I recorded the video you're about to see on my way home on Tuesday, May 24th. Of course, I'd been at work, I hadn't been watching the news, and when I got home, I didn't hear about the news either until the following morning. And that's the news about Uvalde. As I said at the beginning of the Russia-Ukraine war, I cannot sit here and just make videos as if nothing has happened. Like I'm inside a bubble where I'm not affected. I am affected, deeply affected by these tragedies that have happened both in Buffalo and in Robb Elementary School in Texas. Especially as a mom, I am so heartbroken over what has happened. It's just unimaginable what the parents and the communities are going through. So I'd like to take a moment and address it here before we get into this video. It astounds me that the two perpetrators of both Buffalo and Uvalde were only 18 years old. I cannot imagine the type of pain and hurt that they must have gone through in order to inflict that on others, to unleash that on others in the manner that they did. And of course, those are just two. There must be so many more people out there who are hurting, who are feeling that pain. Maybe they're drowning it in drugs or alcohol, or finding other ways to drown it, like by cutting themselves, or even worse, taking their own lives. There seems to be so much intolerance, no compassion, more competition, and less patience in the world today. And it's easy to see why. Anger is so much easier to just let take over, let it take you over, let it take control. It's easy to blame somebody else because then that way you're not responsible. Although that anger does nothing to quell the confusion, anxiety, and despair we're all feeling. If anything, it makes it worse. How can we make it better? For those of you who watch my videos all the way to the end, you already know that each week I sign off saying, stay safe, be kind to one another, ride when you can, and have fun. And I seriously mean that. Because when we are kind to ourselves and others, there is a release of both endorphins and oxytocin in our brains. Being kind also helps to increase self-esteem, empathy, compassion, and improve your mood. Plus, when the person you're being kind to smiles in response, that gives the brain even more reason to dump even more oxytocin, the real feel-good, fall in love chemical in your brain, which only adds to your pleasure. In fact, it has scientifically been proven that being kind increases your happiness. And isn't being happy much better than being angry? I think so. So please, the next time that you feel anxious or angry or tense or unsure about something that is going on around you, you feel the need to react, take a moment and do your ABCs. A, assess the situation, be aware of what's going on within your body. B, breathe. Take a moment, pause, breathe. And C, choose to be kind. You can make that choice. It will make you better for it, and it will make the world a better place for your being kind. Imagine if we all did that. If we all took a moment to be kind to ourselves, to others. And now, without further ado, here are my 5 tips on how you can get your bike through service as painlessly as possible. I'll bet you can guess what one of my 5 tips is. Hey everybody. Just wrapping up. Demo trucks here, there, over there. All the bikes that are in the demo truck are actually off the demo truck and in the back barn. All the bikes have been given the 14-point inspection. And so now the next couple of days are just fun days until the actual demo days start. So, yep, good times. But speaking of service, I definitely wanted to give you guys 5 tips and tricks on an easier way to get your bike through service, an easier and somewhat painless, or hopefully less painful way to get your bike through service. 5 tips coming up. So, as I was saying, the Harley truck showed up today. Today is May 24th. Our demo days are the 27th and 28th. Not stressed. Gives us plenty of time to go through the bikes at each dealership that the truck goes to. There are 14-point inspections that are done. Make sure they're all happy and healthy. And then any bike that is needing service, and that is the 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 mile service, so on and so forth. Although this is pretty early in the year, so at the moment there's only one bike out of the bunch that is close to even needing 1,000 mile service yet, and that is the Nightster. That is at 500 miles, I think he said. About to be more. That being said, these are 5 tips for getting your bike through service somewhat painlessly. I'll do this video the Tuesday after Memorial Day weekend, so May 31st, right? And then I will get those test ride videos out to you as quickly as possible. See, this is much prettier than in town, and fun too. So it is officially summer. The riding season is definitely in full swing, and service is slammed. A reminder that the service department not only deals with customer bikes, getting them serviced, getting them back on the road, it also deals with the new bikes that are coming in. They have to be PDI'd. And then also anybody who is trading a motorcycle, those bikes have to be gone through before they're put on the floor. Any service work needs to be done, any replacement parts, like if a bike needs new tires or what have you, all that work has to be done. So really, service has kind of sort of got 3 customers. They've got the customers, then they've got the new bike deliveries, and then they've got trade-ins, and dealerships are doing a lot of bike buying these days too. For those that don't know me, my name is Dawn, aka Irish Bob's sister, and I do work full-time at Caprara Harley-Davidson as the marketing manager. I am also a motorcycle mentor and life coach in training. So if you are looking to get into motorcycling, if you are looking to get back into motorcycling, I am your gal. It's not a licensing program, it's just to give you the confidence, because when I first started riding, yeah, I graduated my basic rider's course, and then there was this huge gap. How do you get from beginner to biker? Now I know, and now I want to work with you to get you from beginner to biker. So check out irishbobsister.com and let's get riding together. So, 5 tips to get your bike through service as quickly and painlessly as possible. Tip number 5 is if you have your bike coming up on a big service milestone, like for instance, what am I am 32, almost 400 miles, 32,400 miles, almost. Another 3 miles to go. Woohoo! Working towards that goal of riding more miles this year than I did last year. Should be pretty easy. But anyway, so my next service is going to be 35,000 miles, like the 35 miles an hour I'm supposed to be doing through here. Oops, sorry guys. Slow right down. There's a car in the middle of the road, so good thing, you know, good thing to pay attention to what you're doing. So I know I'm going to hit that probably by the end of June at the latest. So I went ahead and scheduled my appointment in service for my bike's 35,000 mile service. And just about the time I scheduled it, they were booked out till the end of June. Like, hey, I'm going to be riding down to Babes Ride Out. I'm going to be riding up at the Thousand Islands River Run. If you know you've got that service coming up, get with your local Harley-Davidson dealership and get it on the schedule. Tip number 2 is to make sure you maintain your bike. You want to have that maintenance done on a regular schedule. If you do it, fine. If you know what you're doing, better. But if you don't wrench on anything really for a living, if you're not mechanically inclined, I mean, like, I kind of sort of know stuff, but I know that I don't know everything that is on my bike, everything that needs to be done. So yes, I will gladly take my bike in for service. That's what you get living up in the country. That's okay. There's lots of gravel out in these roads still. He's bigger. Tip number 2 is make sure you maintain your motorcycle. Will it prevent your bike from breaking down 100% of the time? No. However, by having regular maintenance done to your bike, especially by a factory trained technician like there's going to be at your local Harley-Davidson dealer, then the chances of them catching something small before they catch something, you know, before it becomes into a major problem, are going to be that much better. So they can stop it before it's small. Like, I remember one time they were doing service on my 2004 Dyna. Of course you're turning right. So yeah, they came to me at work and they're like, yeah, you got scoring on the inside of your oil pump and that means that it's got the potential of failing later on. Do you want to change it now or do you want to wait until the next service? And I said, well, you're there, we're there, and if that's a bad sign, then yeah, by all means, we're gonna take care of it now before it does become a big problem, because oil pumps, you know, kind of important, kind of like the heart of your motor. I guess it wasn't as narrow as I was making it out to be. It just seemed like it was. Tip number 3 is if you want to do something other than a service, say upgrading your stereo speakers, putting lights on, putting stage 1 or stage 2 kit in the motor, or stage 4 kit, those are fun. By all means, get with the parts department first. Get those parts coming if they're not at the dealership already. Get them ordered if they need to be ordered. And then, once everything is in for that particular project that you want to have done, then turn your bike in. Tip number 4, if your bike breaks down and you're lucky enough to be at home. I remember one time my Dyna was acting real bad, like she got bad gas, popping, backfiring, no power when you twisted the throttle. Everybody else filled up with gas at the same spot, so we knew it wasn't the gas, we knew it was something else. Got on the back road and rode the rest of the way home, popping, and every time I twisted the throttle, popping and bucking and kicking, all sorts of bad stuff, gauges going everywhere. Limped it back home. I was freaking out until we got home, and then I was like, okay, I'm back at the shop, we're good, I'm good, I have my car, you know, it's fine. I was not like, hey, yeah, I dropped my bike off 20 minutes ago, what's wrong with it? Is it fixed yet? What's the word? No, because I realize that they are accommodating me. They are trying to help me out as best that they can, and I am not going to put any more pressure on them than, you know, they were already putting on themselves. So what I guess I'm saying is just don't be a dick or a bitch. Can I say that on YouTube? I don't know. Tip number 5. If you are doing the work yourself, great, fine, got it. If I could, I would. Because trust me, I pay the same rate as everybody else does, you know, to the guys. Just because it's my bike doesn't mean that they're going to work on it for free. That's not fair to them. So yeah, I pay. However, if you are doing the work yourself and you screwed something up, it happens, it's okay. But guess what? You got yourself into it. You're going to have to get yourself out of it, or get your bike to service. Because when you call and you're like, yeah, I want to talk to one of the mechanics, guess what? That's not going to happen. Put your bike on the phone. We'll talk to it. We'll get her straight, see what's wrong. Because it's physically impossible. We can't do it. We don't know what's wrong without seeing the bike most of the time. Sometimes, you know, we'll click off the easy stuff. Your bike won't start. Is your run switch set to on? Is the bike in gear? Does it have security? Do you have the key fob with you? Do you need to replace the key fob battery? You know, we'll help you as best we can, but at a certain point, if we've gone through all those things and it's still not right, then we don't know over the phone. You know, at some point, you're either going to have to figure it out yourself or bring the bike in. And that's it, folks. That is the 5 tips to get your bike through service as quickly and easily and painlessly as possible. Once again, thank you for riding along with me. I do greatly appreciate it. If you like this video, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, then hit that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when I upload new content, then be sure to click that bell. fogging up. And until the next time, guys, we'll see each other soon, I'm sure. Especially if you're going to Babes Right Out, be sure to look me up while you're there. 115th Anniversary Heritage Softail. It says Irish on the license plate. So if you're there, again, be sure to look me up. I hope to see you there. If not, then Thousand Islands River Run up in Alexandria Bay at the end of June. That is coming up. I'll put the website address for that below. And again, come up, see us. We'll be at the Shirt Shack like usual. And yeah, I guess that's about it. So until next time, guys, please stay safe. Be kind to one another, especially if your bike is in service. Be kind to everybody in service, and that'll help a lot too. Ride when you can and have fun. See you later.